So,
Yes.
Shazia ji, I'm going to come to a slightly more controversial topic. I'm sorry, you keep getting really controversial topics, don't you? What I wanted to ask you was that for some of us, for example, I can tell you in my case, I would put my Bengali or my Tamil identity over my national identity very frequently. For me, it's a perpetual conflict.
Yes.
The problem, of course, is that we are a rural society and largely rural, a pre-industrial society, which tend to be very identity-based in a sense, looking for that minor identity. How do you reconcile things, especially given that what is seen as a Hindu majoritarian coming together and differentiating, almost putting you under attack for who you are, for your chosen identity? How do you feel that and how do you reconcile that? What are your daily dilemmas that you deal with?
Thank you, Abhijit. It's a tough question, and give me 5 minutes to answer that. So, like Muhammad Ali Johar was asked the question that what would you choose? Would you choose your religion or your land? So, literally your matrabhumi or your ma, your ammi, so to speak, in my case. I think it's a very unfair question. And I don't think Muslims in India should be asked that question or asked to make the choice. Just like I said earlier that, you know, it's to choose between your mother and your father. You know, your brother or your sister. You're probably your one child or the other. So it's as difficult a choice as that. You know, identities differ and they differ from time to time. You know, when I'm at the airport, going away somewhere, I use my passport and that's an Indian identity. When I was there in Anna Hazare Andolan with my tricolor there, when, you know, Anna Hazare was just released from the jail, all I could think of was my nation there and that we have to somehow fight corruption and make something good come out of this, you know. When I'm home, you know, with, I was a young girl with my parents and there was either a Ijtima or Eid, and the thought of getting Eidi on Eid was when I was a very happy Muslim. You know, because these are all that, when I'm a woman, and even as a woman, there's so many identities. So you're a sister, you're a daughter, sometimes you're a wife, and sometimes you're a mother, and they all differ. And sometimes even there, so I think it's very difficult to keep us in these boxes. And I think it's so important to shake up this whole identity talk a little bit. And I think the whole idea of either Sufism or Advait, if you see, is going beyond the concept of identity and seeing yourself as a huge ocean where everything resides and every bit of you, you know, like they say, Rom me, Ram. So it's one of those things that you think of, and I don't see any difference in philosophies of Bhakti movement, as you talked about, or Sufism or Advait. And even if you hear the Islamic scholars, and I do not find any dissonance. It comes in with a lack of knowledge. And the Jahaliya and the era of Jahaliya that Huzur Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had to fight and bring us to literally light. And I think different prophets and messengers and saints and seers and seekers of truth have gone out there. And the whole idea is to break these identity, steer clear of them, and expand the boundaries of a being. You know, to be more productive, to be more useful, and to be more compassionate. So to be asked that question, are you a good Muslim? Are you a bad Muslim? Are you a liberal? Are you an illiberal one? You don't, how many times do you do a namaz? Do you cover your head? Do you not? So while I'm asked by the majoritarian Hindu friends of mine, the way the demographics in India are, I'm sure amongst them, they would be asking questions about who's a Vaishyavite and who's a Shaivite. Or who's from this caste and who's from that caste. And even in Muslims, there would be vertical and horizontal hierarchies of Sunnis and Shias, and Barelvis and Deobandis, and Hanafis and Malikis, and so have you. So I think this whole attachment to identity is what makes us small.
Right.
And into a warmonger, so to speak. I believe in ahimsa, I believe in peace, I believe in my matrabhumi, and I also believe in my religion. And I don't see any confusion in carrying out all these identities as badges of honor and pride.